Sup, girl? What's going on? You're Sam Mack. I'm Ryan Keely. You used to be in the same business I'm in, but now you're doing something entirely different and so much more hardcore.
Oh, is it? I don't know. I don't know. It's not defined as hardcore. I think what you do is hardcore.
Why don't you tell the people what you're doing these days?
I'm being a creative individual. I'm still in the film industry. I just keep my bits covered. So I ride motorcycles, I throw axes, I shoot guns, and this week I am a TSA agent in a Christmas movie.
For Tyler Perry.
So I went into the mainstream film industry, and I'm being creative, and I'm doing whatever sounds cool right now. I'm just kind of floating. I'm navigating the transition from my public life to like more of a private, professional life. So instead of being on the internet every single day, every day, which makes no sense because we just film like 100 TikToks. But instead of being on the internet all day long for everybody else, I'm now taking me time.
That's amazing.
It's a luxury. It's a luxury. And I'm broke. I miss the money a lot.
Okay, so there's a correlation between extremely online and
extremely poor. Damn it. Like if you're available for everyone all the time, you're available to tip you all the time. Taking myself away from that, I've shrunken my bank account a lot.
But it sounds like
But I
you're
have
a
peace
lot
of mind.
happier. What made you decide to make that change?
I fell in love. Here's the thing. I fell in love with an idea.
And now you're in a Christmas movie?
My life is Hallmark. No, I had a really beautiful relationship conversation, and I was like, wow, if I want to be that housewife, if I want to be that something special, it's really, really challenging for me to go after a common man if they don't understand the industry. Like that's so threatening to them. The thought that you're online every day, or the thought that you're talking personally and privately with all these other people, like that takes a lot out of your own personal relationship.
Yeah.
Now, I do know a lot of people in the industry who are successful.
Yes.
I'm not one of them.
It's not for everybody.
It's so hard to find. Like you don't like Joanna found her Aaron.
Yes.
But there's no other Aarons. Like
Yes.
she found the one. Like who are we supposed to go out with now, right? So I found a nice normal human being, and I was like, well, this is the life I want. Like I had my public, like, let's be wild and crazy life, and I'm just like, oh, I think I want a little bit more quietness in my life. I think I want more balance.
Right there.
Okay. Your face. So while the camera was off, we were talking about real life.
Real life shit. Like being Canadian
Isn't all it's cracked up to be.
No, I think Canadian, I think of all of the amazing Bachelor players that have come from our friends up north, English stuff, like Moines.
I mean, I think of maple syrup and hockey players. I do like maple syrup.
How about the pancakes?
You know, it's true though. I'm a bit of a maple syrup snob, and I put maple syrup on everything. Scrambled eggs in the morning, maple syrup. I know.
This is why they're not giving you a green card.
Because I like maple syrup too much. I can't give it up.
If you're putting on eggs,
Yeah.
that's
Scrambled eggs and maple syrup is my jam.
This is a question for the comments below. What is more ick? Ketchup on your eggs or maple syrup on your eggs?
Ketchup is it. No, there's a backstory. So back in the day when I was doing fitness competitions, we had to eat like very plain foods because every calorie and every micronutrient in your body was measured and meant something. So I had to eat egg whites all the time. And you could get this calorie-free maple syrup and put it on the egg whites, and it made it taste not like egg whites. And so I became accustomed to that. So it became like mentally,
Comfort food.
Mentally, it's like a healthy food for me, but I don't use the calorie-free one anymore. I use proper maple syrup now, and I use eggs. So it's not a healthy snack anymore, but the taste of it's so good. Try it. It's good.
You know? Sure.
It's good.
It's
way better than ketchup.
I have an aversion to bodybuilder foods. That's why I will never truly be jacked. I mean, I'm a little musk, I'm a little vast, but like I'll never be swole. Because I can't fuck with shakes and the idea of that many egg whites and
We used to have to get the egg white cartons and open it up, just put a straw in and drink it. Yeah, that's where the maple syrup came in. That's why we started mixing and cooking, and because we were committed. Like, I don't know, you didn't know me back in the day.
You are a woman of many careers and of many lives.
I'm old. I've done lots of things because I've been here for a long time.
Bodybuilder, adult film. Now you're working as a stunt person specializing in motorcycle and weapon stunts. You're in love.
Well, I'm in love with the idea of love, anyways. If you build it, they will come, right? So if I want to have like a nice normal's the wrong word.
What does
like,
normal look like to you?
To me, normal is waking up next to somebody, getting your little like squirm on with a bad morning breath, and then going about your day and having like that person, right? And
Okay.
I was like, I need to build a life where that person fits into it. And building the life I had with the adult industry, that person didn't fit. Because as soon as I woke up, it was like, okay, turn that light on. Good morning. Hi, guys. Do you want to chat today? Quick. Okay, send that. Answer this email. I got one foot in the bed. I got eyelashes still glued to my face. I'm like texting everything. And then I'm like, okay, it's 6:45. I still got to get breakfast ready. Like, it's a crazy life. And so to take that moment, that early morning moment, and give it to the internet instead of giving it to like your person, I didn't want that anymore. That's what I want. That's the normal that I want.
That's beautiful.
Right? Like, I want
That's
that
really
moment.
beautiful.
People always go, what's your favorite sexual position? And they think a porn star's going to say something wild, right? And like sucking toes while being waterboarded with piss. Like, that's what they think you're going for. And I'm just like, I want to spoon on the couch, right? Watch some like early morning cartoons, and then just do that thing where you're like,
I call that
right, and then you got sweatpants on, and there might be like some leftover pizza from the night before on the coffee table.
It's the lazy Sunday. I call
it a bit of a mess.
The position is called the lazy
Sunday.
Sunday.
You would never do that with somebody you just picked up and like loved and admired. Like if you picked up somebody at the bar, you wouldn't give them that because that's intimate, right? That's no makeup. That's hair tied up, all funny looking, like you got a little antenna with your hair going on. Like that's intimacy.
Yeah,
I want that. That's what I want. I don't want the proper bent over toys pointed. Ooh, I'm over it.
Personally, I've been very open about the fact that I'm here for 7 minutes in missionary, including foreplay. Okay, so I think that's beautiful. I think that's a wonderful transition.
So when I say normal, that's what I mean. Like I want that normal.
Okay.
That
so you
kind
want
of
to
normal.
share. You want to keep more of yourself to yourself.
Yeah, I like the idea. Now that I have like part of my private life actually private, I realize how much power it has because I was not private for so many years. And like, I was doing things because other people would like it or double tap it or share it. And I'm like, I kind of like doing things that I actually like because I like them. What a weird concept, right?
It's hard. It's hard for a lot of people to leave the industry. And as someone who left and came back, I am very familiar with this.
And don't get me wrong, there's lots of reasons I want to come back. I struggle with the comeback. Seriously.
But I came back for my own reasons. A lot of girls never think about how to get out. And do you have advice for them how to transition into life post-adult industry? And how do you learn to take back that intimacy and find those things that give you joy as opposed to a digital life?
So I reached out to a lot of people. I reached out to, I don't want to name names because they're retired now, but like there's a lot of women who are successfully retired. Most of them married wealthy. That helps. I can't figure that part out. But I reached out and I was like, yo, how do you do this? How do you do this? Nobody is talking.
No, they're really not.
Nobody is talking.
No one is.
And so it was actually, I recently reached out. So after we did the music video, I reached out to like all the celebrities and music people who had like a before life and an after. Like Eminem has the Slim Shady to Marshall Mathers, right? I reached out to Lil' Kim. I reached out to Snoop Dogg. Like I reached out. Bunny, Jelly Roll. Like I emailed everyone who I could get my hands on. Almost nobody responded. And I was like, how do I navigate this part of my life where I'm leaving Samantha Mack, the porn star, behind, but I'm still living as Samantha Mack, the new creative, talented person who was always here.
Yes.
Right? And
it takes a lot of talent to do. It takes a lot of talent to take your clothes off.
It does. Like
the thing is, we do everything else and we take our clothes off. And so now you're just getting to focus on everything else.
Well, the crazy part is I was Samantha Mack before porn. Like I was Samantha Mack, the stand-up comedian. I was Samantha Mack, the radio show host. I was Samantha Mack on stage with Guar and Body Count. And I used to use it as Babe, by the way. And Coco. But Samantha Mack did all these things before she did porn. And I just kept the same name. And that was my biggest mistake. is I didn't have a life of duality. I didn't go to work and become like Ginger Diamond or whatever name. Charity Case. I didn't. I was still Samantha Mack in everything I did, whether it was comedy or radio or teaching snowboarding. Like, I was Samantha the whole time, and now I'm still Samantha, and people are like, oh, but Samantha's porn, right? I'm like,
not anymore.
Everything else. Recognize me for something.
I think we need to have a conversation about, as people grow and evolve, they are doing different things in their lives and in their careers.
So that's the crazy part. People, once they know you for one thing, they almost don't want to associate you with any other memory. And it was Karamia. Do you know Karamia?
Of course.
So she talked to me on Instagram and she was like, this is your transitional part of your life because you are meant to realize how important this message is and how important this information about leading the industry is so you can tell this story to the next people. And I was like, whoa, shivers. Wow. Because I was like, I've screwed myself. Like, I should have had a different name. I should have had a station. And then she's like, no, you were meant to be this person. And like, I did the porno boot camp documentary.
You have also created this through line by keeping that whole name, is that you have shown yourself before porn, during, and now after.
And not a lot of people have done that.
No, very few people have had that continuity, so people can look at your entire body of work. And her hot body.
My entire body.
I'm sorry. I couldn't help myself.
Dad jokes come with it. Like, that's built into us.
Yeah.
All day, people.
Yeah, you think girls like us would like be over the jokes.
We're not.
No. So you have this amazing gift to have this continuity and to share this message. But let's talk about what you have been up to recently, because you've had a lot of fun projects, including where we reconnected.
Right.
Yeah.
That was dope.
Speaking about waking up in bed next to someone.
I woke up in bed next to this one. So that was wild. So I was actually at a motorcycle party in Oakland, and I got a phone call, and they were like, "Hey, I'm connecting you with this casting person. Like, they want you. You're gonna get a phone call." And I was like, "Okay." So I stop what I'm doing, take the phone call, and they're like, "There's an artist you're gonna want to work with, but you're gonna have to sign an NDA." And I go, "Okay, well, when is it?" "I can't tell you." "Well, what is it?" And at that time, I was doing so much motorcycle work in movies. I was like, "Is it me or my motorcycle? Like, what do you want? Like, do I need to call the garage?" Like, she's like, "No, just you." And I was like, "Why? Who would want me?" And then they were like, "You have to sign the NDA." I'm like, "Okay, well, what am I expected to do?" "You have to sign the NDA." I'm like, "Well, damn, I guess I gotta sign an NDA." So they sent me the paperwork. I read through the whole thing. At the very bottom, it said Marshall Mathers. And I was like, I'm not even reading this. Let's go. I just knew. I was like, I've been asking the universe to give me opportunities to be a mainstream artist. I've been asking them to, like, artist, actress, creative person. And I was like, this person is so big and so influential. I can't say no to this. This has got to be it. So I told the people at the party, I was like, "So sorry, I gotta go, guys." And I took my shoelace out of my shoe and wrapped it around my boobs, and then we put it down with a tape measure to measure my measurements to give it to wardrobe, which was useless, we both know. And
they never believe you. Yes, my tits are this big.
They did not believe the measurement. But yeah, I had the guys at the motorcycle party like measuring me. I'm like, "Sorry guys, could you measure my tits?" Ma'ams. And then I hopped in the truck and I drove 6 hours straight home.
Crazy. And
by the time I got home, I had the call sheets the next morning, and we were up at I was at like 9 a.m. I think, bright and early, and I couldn't tell a soul. That NDA was ironclad. I couldn't say anything to anybody, and there was one person in the RV with me who heard me when I got it, so she knew. So we said that I was going to the grocery store, and that the cashier had a new special, and so we had been talking about the grocery store for months. She was like, "So, any news about that new grocery store?" I'm like, "No, there's a lot of security because it's a pretty big grand opening." Like, so we just talked in like innuendos the whole time. So I woke up that morning, I get to set, and I text her and I said, "Hey, just got to the grocery store. Haven't seen the cashier yet." And I'm sitting in the hair and makeup, and I hear you behind me, and I'm like, I think that's her. I think that, because I didn't know who was coming. I had no idea. I saw you out of the corner of my eye.
I was listed as like talent number 2 or something. Like,
didn't they call you that morning, or did you have notice?
They called me the night before.
Oh, thank God.
So I got called like at 4 p.m.
Yeah.
And like, "Are you available to do a thing?" And I'm like, "Yeah."
To do a thing. They wouldn't tell us anything.
They wouldn't tell us anything. And for me, I was like, honestly, tomorrow was my only day off. in 3 weeks. It's my only day off, and then I have another 10-day sprint after that. I was like,
you're like, I don't know if I'm in I don't know. This is
and then I didn't get confirmed until I want to say 9 p.m. the night before.
Whoa.
So 9 p.m. the night before, I finally get confirmed, and
I wouldn't have made it home in time.
Yeah, thank God I live here.
Oh my gosh.
And yeah, I had to like do my nails, do my toenails, rub on tan, send, because they couldn't shop for me. I had to send pictures of all of my
your wardrobe.
Yeah, so I was up until 4 or 5 a.m. A couple hours of sleep, and then rolled into set, and then we had that day where I have never had so much fake hair on my head.
I never had so much fake. Did you see?
You had 2 wigs. I had 4 sets of clip-in extensions.
You had so much.
Oh my gosh.
It was insane. The hair is insane.
I mean, it's a major.
We haven't told them who it was yet.
Oh yeah,
Should we tell them?
Eminem.
She's like, Eminem. It was Marshall. Oh, it's just Marshall Mathers. It was Marshall Mathers.
What does it say on the thingy?
It just said M.
No, on the thing, the Chiron on the. If MTV was still a thing with him.
Oh.
So
like pop-up video.
So old. No, pop-up video. They have the. Never mind. And you watch a music video.
I watched music video.
How old? I'm not even asking. I'm older than you.
In my day, I'm pretty sure I'm older than you. I'm done. Who's older? It's definitely me. It's definitely me because we went through this. But yeah, we were in our lingerie.
In
hair and makeup.
Oh, I didn't know. I didn't even know until I was in bed with you who the music video was for.
You didn't know?
I had no idea. No one had told me anything. And I was like, well, I don't really care because.
And hair and makeup wouldn't tell us. They were like, oh, the artist. I knew.
I did not know.
And I did all my research that morning. I watched like all the greatest music videos he's ever made. And I recognized our scene when I watched another video. And I was like, oh, we're replicating that video. Mm-hmm. And that's when I knew what we were doing. And I was like, okay, I know. And even when I asked them, is this the scene? They were like, remember I made him pull his phone out and show us the video? And he was like, well, I don't know. I'm like, show us the scene. He's like, I'm like, this isn't a gotcha moment. This is we want to perform well. Can you give us context?
Yes.
And there were so many stunt doubles on set because in the hair and makeup, you saw all the wigs. Mm-hmm. And so I just thought that the guy coming out was a stunt double. I didn't think we were going to be with Eminem himself. So when he introduced himself as Ralph to me, and then he said, hi, I'm Larry to you, or vice versa. Hi. I was like, okay, cool, hi. Like, I just thought he was a stand-in. Like, I had no idea who he
was kind of the best way, because both of us were completely, it started off
non-plus.
They just
because he also was like, don't make it weird. And I was like, why? You're just a stunt double. He was so bad. Because had I have known, I would have been like, oh, wow, you're having that. Like, I would have been like, oh gosh, like.
Yeah, had I known, I may have.
I have all these things that I think I need to say to be polite.
Yeah, I may have tried to work myself up for it because I did know. And it was about 5 minutes before we walked on set. We've been sitting in this bed, like being like posed.
With another stunt double.
With a stand-in, trying to like lay gracefully, which you know, in
elastic. Wearing elastic and chains and
not a
straps.
Real bed, and you know.
We broke the bed. Do you remember us breaking the bed?
Before Marshall even showed up.
Before he even showed up, we broke the bed. They had to like pull out whatever it was and put apple boxes underneath to hold us up. It was a very plush bed.
It was a very plush bed.
It was like this much fluff. It was incredible.
Yes, but I have notes for production.
Working in adult and then going to a set that has a luxurious bed in it, we could have put that bed together. Maybe not the set.
I tried to. I was like, wait a minute.
We were fixing things the whole time. And you remember the glove?
Yeah,
she was like, you know, she works with more set of gloves, right? Like she
owns those exact same gloves that you're having trouble getting on. She can help you like figure it out. I offered to help with the bed because the
buckle on the cape was a motorcycle double D ring, and they didn't know how to put it through. And I'm like, why are we the ones that know how to put this shit together? I don't know if we're allowed to say these things. Is this part of our NDA that we're not allowed to dispose of? I'm sure I got a copy of it. Actually, I think it's fine now. It's come out. It's come out now, right? We're allowed to talk about it? Yeah. And I already said some shit on the internet, so. Yep. There was an issue about me getting paid. It's been resolved. I like the news article in like Ecuador or something, and they were like, Samantha Mack was so grateful to be there. It was such a great experience, and she loves Ryan Keely and her professionalism. And Ryan Keely had notes. Well, I also love that there was Samantha Mack and Ryan Keely, and then I'm not even the girl in the picture. What? Oh my gosh, there's all
Yeah. There's articles coming out with like quotes
It's
I didn't
not
say
even you?
and pictures of not even me. Yeah.
Oh, I need to see those.
It's been pretty funny. It's been one of the weirder experiences of my life.
I mean, it was dope though.
It was dope. It was absolutely dope.
And
And
you
honestly,
were hilarious all day.
what am I asking to do?
Like,
I'm tired. I'm chippy.
remember when he was like the scene that came out where he's like hitting his face on the ground and he's like, "Can you make my nose less pointy?" And you were like, "Well, maybe actually hit your face." Because we were talking about trying to get that look of him like hitting it and like bouncing his face off the carpet to like get that look.
He hasn't watched enough wrestling, we've discovered.
But he was making jokes all day long about it. Like,
Yeah.
you were not rude, you were funny.
Yes.
And it was so, and he got taken by surprise. He was like, like, she got me. And I was like, oh, I can't match wits with these people. This is too much.
I think you did. Yeah.
I got tired.
Well, me tired is when I'm at my funniest. So if I'm tired and hungover, that's when I'm gonna have the best jokes.
So she got tired early.
I was
Because
because I only had a few hours of sleep,
Right.
Because I was up until 3, 4 a.m. getting all my shit together.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'm in music. I'm a video vixen at 39, now 40. I was like, oh, this is the thing that I never thought would happen.
Somebody asked me at the grocery store, like, "Are you a video vixen?" And I thought they meant like vixen. And I was like, "No, I'm retired. I don't do vixen. I do music videos." They're like, oh.
No, a video vixen, like Superhead. Can we had a Chiron about Superhead and a little bio about the wonderful lady that wrote it, and she's this most. Anyway, moving on. We're video vixens now, and we always were, and we will be in the future, but not in those kinds of movies, because we're doing other stuff too. Where can people
like
find you?
TikTok. I'm all over the internet at the Sam Mack, unless it's Instagram. Because I'm the Samantha Mack _ because they thought that it would be too confusing for my fans to call me the Sam Mack on every platform. I have thesammack.com. I have the Sam Mack Twitter, the Sam Mack TikTok, the Sam Mack whatever else app I have downloaded.
Well,
But
I don't
on
even
Instagram.
have on Instagram. I don't even have Ryan Keely. I am Ryan Keely TM on Instagram and Ryan Keely TMI on TikTok. And you can find
I like the TMI. That's cute. That's clever.
Yeah, and yeah, check out the links like this on whatever platform you're watching it on. Follow our future projects.
We do stuff.
Check each other out.
Eminem and Ross together.
Checking you
And
out.
now we can't separate.
I think I'm actually stuck. We do have a latex leather situation.
The sound that this is going to make when we peel apart is going to be pretty sick.
I'm not ready to do it yet.
We're acting our age.
Okay.
Cool. Funny.